Everything you have is there. The point I'm trying to say is, how do you show this to an investor on how it works? That's why what we need to do is take this bit where you're saying, look, so we're talking about product, service, operations, it's a generic term in a business plan, but for you it'd be is, how exactly does that work? So as you said, it's 24/7, they can go in, they can use a math tutor, they can go put in. What I'm trying to say is rather than saying this is what we provide, is maybe flip the script on, this is how the student's going to use it. Give a little example, run through an avatar. And this is where, the storytelling comes in. That you have this student, as you said, maths, you've got maths tutor. It'd be really good to run through an example of how this maths tutoring would work. A scenario, they're working through something, they've got a challenge. How would student Anne help them in this? 2, 3, maths, geography, history, whatever it is. A little bit of an example that an investor looking at this understands, rather than just saying, okay, so my understanding right now is I'm going to go in and it'll guide me. Great. There's still gaps in my mind. How does that work? Which is where I'm saying, create the avatar.
Vague. It's too vague. Okay. I have a question, Mohammed. I have videos of my daughters using it for several different things. Is it recommended to put videos in a pitch deck so it can be in 30 seconds you actually see how it works with a real kid instead of just explaining, or I really need to write in text, it works like this, you can do this, you can do that.
Right.
I mean, a video is pretty cool because you see them, you hear them, you see them using it. I don't know.
So there's a, for me, whenever I present, is how can I make this different? And all you have to remember is, and again, people don't say, people say, I need to give this to an investor, I need to give this to an investor. Always look at what the investor's seeing. Every day, how many business plans they go through, how many meetings are they having, so if you have a meeting to do with an investor and he gives you 30 minutes, how many 30 minutes do you think he's done today? How many things he's done this week? So when he goes through this, how many times do you think he's actually paying attention? He or she is paying attention to, this pitch that you have. And a lot of times they zone out, because the problem you have is they run through this, oh, here we go, and people go in too much detail, they talk, ramble on, they're not to the point, they zone out, they get bored.